Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we are discussing the 21st juz, and the 21st juz begins with the conclusion of Surah Al-Naml, and then is followed by Surah Al-Rum, then Surah Al-Luqman, then Surah Alif Lam Mim Sajda, and then Surah Al-Ahzab. The first ayah of the 21st juz, which is ayah number 45, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions to the Prophet ﷺ an injunction which is for all of us, and that is A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Utlu ma uhiya ilayka min al-kitabi wa aqimis salah. That, O Prophet of Allah, make tilawah. As you will recall, at the conclusion of Surah Al-Naml, we had mentioned وَأَنْ أَتْلُوَ الْقُرْآنَ, that I should recite the Quran is an injunction given to our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So here Allah tells us all via him, أُتْلُ مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيْكَ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ. Make tilawah and recite the book of Allah, what has been revealed to you, and وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةِ, and establish salah. So salah and tilawah of Quran of course go hand in hand. There's no salah without tilawah. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the importance of salah. As I had mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun in the 18th juz, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions over here the impact and the power of salah. Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Indeed, salah, prayer, is such that it prohibits, if it's done properly, if it's done consistently, if it's done according to the correct method and technique and methodology, then it is such that it itself prohibits from immorality. Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar, and all kinds of sin. So a person will naturally have this insulation and protection from all other vices if a person is punctual and doing observant of their salah. وَلَذِكْرُ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ مَا تُصْنَعُونَ. And the last ayah of Surah An-Naml, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also tells us that if we continue making the right effort for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our deen, Allah will keep guiding us to the straight path. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. And those who strive in our path for us, for our sake, for our pleasure, then we will most definitely guide them to our path. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And indeed Allah is with those who do ihsan and who do good. The Surah Luqman is named after Luqman, the wise. Some people have called him the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Basically, he was a very wise individual who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed hikmah and wisdom on. So the conversation and advices which he gave to his son and the relationship he had with him is recorded in Surah Luqman. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shares the advices of a loving father for his son. And this shows us that as a parent in general, and a father specifically, and a father to their son, and of course to the daughter as well, has to be one of such a relationship, of such a level that there is ease and constant guidance to all and everything in one's life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the first advice of Luqman alayhi salam in verse 13 to his son, and that was to solidify his iman and his faith. Ya bunayya la tushrik billah. Oh my beloved son, do not ever associate any partners unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he's building his iman. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Inna shirka la dhulmun azim. The shirk and association of partners unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a great injustice. So this sets the way and sets the tone. After that, parents' rights are mentioned, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions over here a unique principle with regards to the rights of parents, and that is that if it happens in such a way that parents are pushing a person towards wrong, right? If there's such a scenario where a person's parents are pushing a person towards breaking the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah addresses this as well and says, وَإِن جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي. If the parents force you and they want you to make shirk with me and to associate partners unto me, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. So now you cannot obey them, because it is a principle, لَا طَاعَةَ لِمَخْلُوقٍ فِي مَعْصِيَةِ الْخَالِقِ. There's no obedience of the creation of Allah in the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, maintain good etiquette with them. وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Let that not be a cause of being disrespectful. So you do not follow them whilst they're asking us to break the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but maintain good etiquette with them in the world. And وَاتَّبِعْ سَبِيلَ مَنْ أَنَابَ إِلَيْهِ. And follow the path of those who turn towards me. The next advice which he gives his son is in verse number 16, and that is accountability. And he says, "O my son, the reality of the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِنَّهَا إِن تَكُ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ." If there is something equal to the weight of a mustard seed, something equal to the weight of a mustard seed, فَتَكُنْ فِي صَخْرَةٍ, and then that is placed in a rock, for example, or فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ, or anywhere in the heavens, or فِي الْأَرْضِ, or somewhere on the earth, يأتي بها الله. Allah will bring it forth. And it is in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you and I, he tells his son that we are bigger than that. So imagine how much of us and our life and our moments of our life, everything is enumerated, and we are accountable for each and everything. Inna Allah latifun khabir. Allah is subtle and all aware. Then he brings his son to action, and that is verse number 17. Ya bunayya, O my beloved son, aqim as-salata, establish salah, wa'mur bil ma'ruf, enjoin good, wanha anil munkar, and be the voice against evil and prevent it. Wasbir ala ma asabak. In this path there will be a lot of hurdles and difficulties. Be patient over that what afflicts you. So these were some of the discussions around Surah Luqman, and then we have Surah Alif Lam Mim Sajda, and then Surah Al-Ahzab. Tomorrow inshallah we will discuss Surah Al-Ahzab in the beginning of the 22nd juz, followed by Surah Saba and Fatir. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi